listening to Pink Lady Presents, only on LA Talk Radio.
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna take the town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live until I die.
Hello, welcome to Pink Lady Presents It Ain't Over Till You Say It's Over. I love the song with Frank Sinatra just now, Live Till You Die, because that's the way it should be. Every week here in the show, we will take lives well lived, all their stories from people from all ages and all walks of life. Well, today I want everyone out there to embrace your uniqueness, for you are fabulous. Spirited, a human being, for there is no one like you in the whole world. Your experiences are yours alone. You are free to change whatever you want. All you need is the right attitude and gratitude. And today we have someone who definitely is unique, an actor, a singer, Mr. Ruben Rabasa.
Wow!
Now you have to live up to that
Right.
introduction.
You telling me, my God, it's incredible.
Now, Ruben came from Cuba to
Definite-
New York,
Yeah,
and I think it was 1955.
1955.
With
yeah.
his family, and it had to be a shock, culture shock, language shock. I mean,
You
because-
telling me, my
right.
God, it was. I remember that the only word I know how to say was good.
Good.
And when I came to United States, I went through immigration, and the guy said to me, "Are you communist?" I said, "Good." And my mother said, "No good." I said, "No, no good, no good."
I love it. Now, in coming around about, you definitely wanted to be in the entertainment field. Am I
Oh,
correct?
yes. I always like
so
to be
what
in
was the first thing that you did? You took some lessons, or what did you do?
Well, when I came, like I said, when I came from Cuba, I went right into New York, and at the beginning, I had to go to work before, and then I started going to school to do workshops as an actor, and then I, with another two friends, we create a company, two companies.
What was the name?
The first one was New York Theater of the America, and what we do, we bring plays from the Spanish country, translate it into English, and do it in English.
Great.
And I was very, very successful at that. And then something went wrong. You know, we had to get money from the New York State Council on the Art, and that
Okay.
was not easy at all, you know.
Right.
And there was a fire, and we
Oh.
lost the theater.
Oh.
So for 2 or 3 years, I decided to not to do it, but then I got it go back into that again.
But then you went to Miami, and what year was that?
I went in 1980.
And then when did you come to Los Angeles?
2002.
And what did you do here?
Oh my God, I do everything. I do everything. And one of the finest things that I have is meet you, my God.
Thank you.
I had so much
you.
fun with the first show that she did that it was unbelievable.
Thank you.
But I've been doing everything. I've been singing, dancing, doing everything. I wrote a show they call Americanos.
Oh, no,
It's
tell us
about
about
a
that.
Cuban family who come from Cuba looking for the American dream, and they finally made the American dream, but now it's very difficult to maintain it. So all the problems that you have,
Right.
you know, to continue with the American dream, but it's really very funny.
Now, where is that playing, or is it going to
No,
play?
no,
or
no.
what?
I wrote 13 episodes,
Oh, good. Wow.
and I got the pilot, and I trying to sell it to either Netflix or Hulu
Right.
or Amazon, you know, whoever.
Not
come first.
easy, not easy.
And that's not easy.
I know, I
You're
know.
telling me. And especially when you don't have a name. Sometimes, like right now, they did a show they call One Day at a Time.
Yeah.
And they normally did it in 1970.
Right. That
Now
was a
they-
soap opera, I think.
Right. Well, he
Right.
did it with Bonnie Franklin. Now he's doing it with Rita Moreno.
Rita
Ah,
Moreno.
that's right.
So
okay.
you know, soon as he get Rita Moreno is a
Of
name.
course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
I
Who's
get it.
Ruben Rabasa?
Well, I think he's
We know
great.
who Ruben
yeah,
Rabasa
we
is.
know
I
who you are. Yeah. Well, I wish you luck with it, and if you never know who's in our audience today watching.
Definitely.
Definitely. And what else are you doing? Something about
Well,
a
what
one-act play?
I wrote a play. Stella Adler was doing how do you say that? Oh my God! I forgot. When you do they do shows and they give you the first prize, second prize,
So competition.
Competition.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so easy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in Spanish.
Easy for me, but I can't do it in Spanish.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
So I did a competition and I wrote a piece, one-act piece. It's about my mother, and my mother was a great woman. I tell you, she was incredible.
In fact, I remember your mother coming to our shows. And literally, am I right, Bobby? Literally sitting at every single show. How many times did we do it? If we did it like 6 times a week, your mother was sitting in the audience 6 times a week, and like it was brand new.
I
She was darling,
I
darling
know.
lady.
She was incredible. I mean, I remember when I brought her from Miami here, I bought her for her a recliner chair, and I give her a little bell and say, "Ma, if it's anything go wrong, you just play the bell."
To dingle the bell.
And that night was an earthquake. So she ring the bell, and I run over there. I said, "Mama, what happened? Anything happened to you?" She says, "No, you never told me this chair has a massage." I said, "No, mommy, it's not a massage. It's an earthquake." I said, "Oh my God, let's go back to Miami." I said, "Yeah, but Miami we're gonna have the hurricane, so that's
So no matter what.
No matter what."
Yeah, I always tell people when they say, "Wait a minute, California, you got earthquakes." I say, "Excuse me, we also have great temperatures."
That's right.
I mean, we also have the sun, 300 and something days.
Oh my
in a
God,
week,
it's beautiful,
you know.
beautiful. And the mountains are beautiful.
Let me ask you-
Miami is all flat, very flat, and humidity, too much humidity.
I'm going to ask you a question.
What?
For a gentleman in this stage of your life,
Okay.
what have you got to say to people that are in this stage in their life about keeping on to performing and things?
Well, one of the best things that I always do is that I always think young,
Great.
and I'm going to die old.
I love it.
That's, you know what I mean? That's what I think. And the only thing you just have to live day by day.
Right.
The present is the most important. Forget about the future, forget about the past. It's the
right
present.
now.
It's right now. Right now, I always say
Yeah,
that.
you
And
mentioned
right-
Norman Lear, and about 6 months ago, we were at a program at the Pico Union Project with Norman Lear, and they asked him the same question: "What do you do? What would
Right.
you advise people at 95 years old?" And he said, "Live for today, because
Today.
you don't have any idea
That's
what
right.
tomorrow
You don't know,
will be."
an hour from now, you don't know. And speaking of living right now, we are going to have Ruben Rabasa do the song that I love, Amour, Amour. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Ooh, yeah.
Amor, 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 nació de ti, nació de mí, de la esperanza. Amor, 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 nació de Dios para los dos, nació del alma. Sentir que tus besos se anidaron en mí, igual que palomas mensajeras de amor. Saber que mis besos se quedaron en ti, haciendo en tus labios la señal de la cruz. Amor, amor, my love. When you're away, there is no day, and nights are lonely. Amor, amor, amor. Say you be mine and be with me and always be with me. Dun, 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 dun. I can't find another word with meaning so clear. My lips try to whisper sweet things in your ear. Somehow or another, nothing sounds quite so dear as these soft caresses where I know amor, amor, my love. When you're away, there is no day, and nights are lonely. Amor, amor, my love. My life divine, and set me by, and love me a bird. Da 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 da, do 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 do, do 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 do, boom boom boom. Do 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 do, do 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 do. Pagadang.
Okay.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends out in our audience there, this is definitely a unique, a special gentleman, Mr. Ruben Rabasa. Thank you so much for stopping by.
And we want to tell our audience also that they go on to the same site where you went in order to watch this program. We'll be posting information how people can get your CDs, where you'll be appearing, just so that people can follow and support the guests who are part of Pink Lady Presents.
That's right. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you again.
Thank you for having me here. Okay.
You're
I
very
love you.
welcome. Thank you.
And now
Bye-bye.
we're going for a little break, and when we come back, we'll have another New Yorker for you. Tell him to come right in, Harvey.
You're listening
Harvey.
to Pink Lady Presents, only on LA Talk Radio.
A wacky, wonderful woman lives in this pink house. She decorates in pink. She dresses in pink. And she thinks pink.
Hi, I'm Jackie Goldberg, known as the Pink Lady, and I help motivate people with my seminars called Get Up, Get Out, and Get a Life. My philosophy of life is called Think Pink, and it's your attitude that's going to give you the initiative, the feeling, the courage to get up, to get out, and to get a life.
Everybody said, you've got to meet this person. She's outstanding. She's amazing.
I think pink is a perfect color for her because it's vibrant, and she is.
She speaks from her heart, speaks with experience on how to reinvent your life.
It is more important than the past, than education, than money.
You're listening to Pink Lady Presents, only on LA Talk Radio.
We're back. Wow, are we back? We are back with a gentleman, Harvey Keenan, who was born and brought up in the Bronx in New York. And you know what they say? You can always take the man out of the Bronx, but you can never take the Bronx out of the man. And this is my dear friend, Harvey Keenan. Hello, Harvey.
Hey, Jackie.
And all I know is, from what I've talked to you about, is that you were brought up with some phenomenal neighbors who have since then become icons in the entertainment field. Tell us some of the, people that you were brought up with.
Well, we were raised on a street called Marshallou Parkway, and in about the radius of a block or two, the following people lived there. Gary Marshall, Penny Marshall,
Wow.
Calvin Klein,
Oh.
Robert Klein. There was also a family living on the third floor in a walk-up building. It was the Lipschitz family. And there were three brothers. There was Lenny, and there was Jerry, and there was Ralph. And they came from a very modest background. Their dad was a painter. And they went on to become quite famous. Ralph Lipschitz actually was Ralph Lauren. So it was good he changed his name because Polo by Lipschitz wouldn't have sounded too good.
I don't think so. No.
I love it.
And so we had a lot of great people, a lot of great guys, and my friendship with Gary just continued till about a year and a half ago when he passed.
We lost him.
And we were blessed to be friends from 6th grade. I think we were 9, 10 years old till, well, I still love him. I'm still friendly with his family. It was a great, great experience for me to. Actually, he brought me to California.
I know that you're not Julia Roberts, but I understand that you were in that movie and others.
Gary put me in about. I was
Pretty
in about.
Woman, right.
I was in about 7 or 8 movies. I was in Pretty Woman, and I picked up a couple of prostitutes on Hollywood Boulevard. And my
in the movie.
And in the movie.
Yeah,
in the movie.
please. Yeah,
well, we don't talk about off the movie.
Yeah,
in the movie.
yeah,
No, we don't talk about that.
And my big line was when they came over to the car that I was in, they asked me if I was looking for a good time, and my big line, and I'm still getting residuals for this line, was, yeah, I'm looking. That was it. That was it.
I love it.
And I was in beaches.
Okay. What'd you do in beaches?
I sold ice cream on the beach.
That was
Lainey Kazan was in that movie.
okay.
Bette Midler was she in that?
Bette Midler was in that
Right.
movie. Yeah, it was a great movie. And I was in Nothing in Common with Jackie Gleason
Can
and
I get
Tom
your
Hanks.
autograph?
Sure. Anytime, Jackie.
A slight gratuity is
Right.
required.
I get it.
And Eva Marie Saint was in that movie.
my goodness.
And I had about 7 or 8 lines in that movie. You know,
But then in your real life, to make money, I understand you had a men's clothing company.
I was involved in men's clothing, textiles and men's clothing. I designed, I sold, I did about everything in men's clothing. Yes, that's true.
Wow.
And I started in New York. We put on fashion shows in New York, and I used to work with William B. Williams, who was a very famous radio announcer, WNEW, and he was the one that gave Frank Sinatra the name chairman of the board. He did the
really?
He emceed all my
okay.
fashion shows. So
wow.
I was privileged. And then when I came out here, of course, Gary influenced me to move. And can I tell a story on how we moved?
Yes,
course.
of course.
Okay, my wife is a Brooklyn girl, and she has to be around corned beef and pastrami. If there's no corned beef and pastrami, she's not happy. So we went to Art's Deli, Gary and I, and Phyllis, and Art made her a corned beef sandwich. And the fact of her liking that corned beef sandwich or not depended on whether we would move from New York City to California. She sort of liked it when we came out.
I love.
Okay,
Now,
what else? What
well,
else would
first
you
of
like to
all,
know?
your lovely bride, and you have been married. How many
Phyllis,
years?
I am very blessed to have a wonderful, wonderful wife, a lovely, lovely wife. We're married over 60 years. She's from Brooklyn. I'm from the Bronx, which was a no-no, but we made it work. And we moved out here in 1972. Actually, we had a club in the Bronx. Going back to my friends, we had a club called the Falcons, and that was the Falcon Theater here in
Oh,
Burbank
that's
was
right,
named for our
okay.
club.
Right.
Today it's the Gary Marshall Theater,
Right.
but at that time it was the Falcon Theater. So I was blessed to grow up in an era with a bunch of people that were just sweet, kind, all different faiths, all different religions, all different colors. It didn't matter. As long as you could dribble a basketball, you were okay.
And I understand that you are heavily, and thank you for all of this that our audience will soon learn, into our veteran community.
Yeah, I've been a veterans advocate for many, many years, and this started years back when I was watching Gary Sinise and Joe Montagna doing their special on Memorial Day from Washington, and I was not a vet. I was not a vet because I had no father, and I was. It's a cute story. Can I tell it? Have
Sure.
time? My mother
You're the
was.
guest. You
my
can
mo-
say anything you
you can
want.
say anything
My
about
mother was
within
this was this tiny woman, but big, right, with a loud voice, and I had no siblings, so I was the sole support of the family. So when I would have gone to Korea, so all my friends were drafted into the Korean War. I was at the draft board with my mother. My mother marched into the office and said, "You're not taking my son. He's the only support." And I stayed home.
And they listened to your mother.
And they listened. In
as they
fact, people
should.
wanted to hire my mother to go down to the draft board for them. Her name was Fanny. God bless
I
her.
love it. God
Anyway,
bless it.
I wrote something. May I? I want to show you what we're doing.
Sure.
Please
Okay,
do.
Well,
please.
before I do that, I just want to show you really why I'm here. May I
Okay,
do this?
I would say
Absolutely.
you
Can
can.
I show it?
Yeah,
You-
I'm
Yeah.
going to try to hold it up. So that,
This is an event that we're having at Temple Valley Beth Shalom, May 26th. This all started about 6 years ago when I saw that show from Washington,
Right.
and I wanted to do something, and I went to my rabbi, Rabbi Ed Feinstein, and I said, I got to do something here. It's just bothering me. So we started 6 years ago honoring Jewish war veterans, but we had all faith veterans come to the event.
Good.
And what happened was that many in our congregation who had never spoken about their service because it was too difficult for them, got up and told their story. So that triggered off a series of events that we get 800 to 1,000 people every Memorial Day weekend for this event. And this event, this Memorial Day, honors all vets, Israeli and American vets, but we're focusing in on female women vets, and I've met some great ladies who are going to speak.
Fabulous.
And I think it's going to be a great event, and you're all welcome to come. It's free. We have a beautiful luncheon, and we have a lot of great people speak.
And again, it is Saturday,
Again,
May 26th.
once again, it's Saturday, May
At,
26th at 10 a.m. at Valley Beth Shalom in
Shalom.
Encino, 15739 Ventura Boulevard. So you're all welcome. Please come and support us.
And among the people who will be speaking that day,
Yes.
we have Rebecca Adams.
Right, Rebecca Adams,
is the
Stephanie Stone.
Stephanie Stone is the
Right.
chief deputy
Dove
of LA
Cohn,
County.
some fella named Dove Cohn.
And I will be presenting.
And Jackie Goldberg, some lady, a little pink lady, is going to be
right.
speaking. And I just want to share with you, I write a little poetry, may I?
Oh,
Good.
please,
All
good.
right, so
That's a bonus for us.
I've
Thank
read
you.
some of my poems
Okay.
in churches. One is the Zion Baptist Church. I work with Hazan Mike Stein.
Oh.
By the way, besides being an advocate for vets, I am a paraprofessional in counseling. I work on the Faith-Based Advocacy Council, which is sponsored by the Department of Mental Health, which focuses in on spirituality, incorporating it into people with mental health. And we do great stuff. We spread the word about what can be done to help immigration, homeless vets, all sorts of homelessness. That's really my first love now.
Harvey, let me ask you
Yes.
something about the advocacy program that you do. Is it veterans, women, men? I mean, is it both?
The advocacy program is an interfaith program.
Right.
It incorporates veterans, but incorporates all people, especially people in the African American, in the Latino community that are suffering and struggling in poverty and trying to raise themselves. So we spread the word on what can be done, what help they can get, and we spread the word through faith-based churches, mosques, synagogues, wherever.
And I think I saw that you also do it at Valley Beth Shalom.
Yes, we do it.
And when do you do it? And how can someone sign up? Do they have to be a member of the Valley
Well, Valley
Beth
Beth Shalom has a homeless advisory committee sponsored by Rabbi Farkas, and if you contact Valley Beth Shalom, they will advise you as how to go about doing it.
Great.
So one of the poems that I started off reading was this one. I didn't write, but I love it. But the rest of it was written by myself, and it goes like this. I searched for God, a God I could not see. I searched for my soul, and then I searched for me. I embraced my brothers and sisters, and I found all three. And I believe in that. I believe that that's life today. That's the way I grew up, and that's the way I'd like to go down and go out, spreading the word in that area and teaching people how to love each other, whatever they are, whatever color, whatever.
Do you have another poem to share with us?
Yeah, I have another. I just happen to have another
Just happen
poem.
to have another one.
While he's
So
looking for the other poem, let's just let our audience know that not only on the same site where they went to come to this program, but on Pink Lady's site, Pink Lady Presents, we'll be posting information about the programs you spoke of at Valley Beth Shalom, at Temple Aliyah, at the church, at the mosque. People will be able to go, and we'll refer them to you, but we'll also post the dates.
Oh, thank you. So
happy to do that.
This I did write. Okay, it's called The Impossible Dream. I read this in Zion Baptist Church and a few other places, and it goes like this: to dream the impossible dream, to right the unrightable wrong, to embrace my brothers and sisters. This is my quest. This is my song. I climbed to the top of the mountain. I saw the valley and I saw the sea. But most importantly, I saw the people, and in all of them, I saw me. For in truth, we are one, no matter the religion or the race. I saw from the top of the mountain that we all have one face. Together we can make the impossible dream come true. Together we can unite and enter each other's soul. Together, together, together. This must be our quest. This must be our goal. So that's what I like.
And when did you get into writing poetry?
Well, I've always been into reciting poetry. In fact, at PS 80, where Gary and Penny and I went to school, and Ralph Lipschitz was there too, Ralph Lauren.
love that.
I would win all the poetry contests, and I guess that just was in me, and eventually I started jotting it. I have poems all over the house. I haven't organized them, but I thought I'd bring this one. So
Now, do you have a book going? I mean, of poetry? That sounds
everybody
like,
tells me to do that, Jackie,
Well,
but
yeah.
I just haven't organized it.
We'll have to get you a secretary.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah, I
you know
see
what I mean?
that. Or buy your
You know
wife
what I'm
is-
talking about,
I know
Jackie?
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Jackie, I
You're
wrote this for
talking.
you. I
You're
wrote this for
talking.
you, Jackie
Okay.
and Dove. This is for you. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Jackie and Dove. I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm doing all things New Yorkin', and Jackie, I'm doing it just for you. I'm from the Bronx, the borough that is uptown. Hey, Jackie, would you believe that in New York people ride in a hole in the ground? Hey, Jackie, I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm doing all things New Yorkin', and I'm doing it just for you. So, Jackie, thank you for having me on your talk show. Even though it is not a New York show, it allows me to keep walking, keep talking, and keep doing things New York. And Jackie, I'm doing it all for you. That's it, Jackie.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Now, let me ask you another question, okay? You're a kibitzer. You've got a great personality.
Thank you.
I have to definitely buy your wife a corned beef sandwich or a pastrami sandwich, thanking her for coming out to California. But, you know, looking at you, you got a lot going in your life. What would you say to our wonderful audience about what makes Harvey Keenan tick? What allows you to do what you want to do at this stage in your life? Seriously.
Yeah, well, I give a lot of credit to my wife, who has allowed me the space, really. You need the space to do what you want to do. She's allowed me to do that. And also, one quick little story. When I was raised in the Bronx, I had, my mother had a sister by the name of Esther, my Tante Esther, who was crippled. Husband is 80% blind. And the reason I'm telling you the story, they had very little money, but always wanted to be in their home because that home was filled with love and respect. And I've taken that with me. For an example, when my uncle would recite the prayers on a Sabbath day or on a holiday, my aunt, what I called her my Tante Esther, could barely walk, but she would pull herself up and stand next to my uncle and hold his arm, and she would look at everybody that was sitting there and she would say, "Das ist mein Mann," which means this is my guy. Right. And somehow that inspired me to move on in life and to do loving, kind things because of this great lady. I don't know how it works, Jackie, but if you want to ask, I'll answer that question with that answer. That's right. She inspired me, and I knew I had to do what I'm doing today.
Now you have grandchildren.
I have 5 beautiful grandchildren. I have 2 beautiful daughters. I have a beautiful son. I'm very blessed. I've had a good life. I also had a Down syndrome son that is no longer alive.
I'm sorry.
His name was Lonnie, but that was an experience that we all grew from. Right. So from every experience, I believe we can all grow.
I want to make sure that I express the appreciation of a couple of people who've gotten to know you very well. One of them is Glenn Schechter, who is the president now of the National Cemetery Foundation here in Los Angeles. The other is Greg Lee, who's the chairman of the Veterans Commanders Council. And every time your name comes up, they say, make sure when you talk with him, let him know how much we appreciate the work he does. He's an amazing guy. And so from them and from us, thank you.
Thank you.
And if you have something to say to our audience out there about something that they should do for our veterans, what would you say that they could do?
Well, first of all, I would say whenever you see a veteran, I would say hello. Acknowledge them. They've done some wonderful things today, and they sort of did whatever they put their lives on the line for us. So go over, thank them, find out if there's something they need, something you can do for them. That's it. I mean, it's just be there for them and acknowledge them. I think that's more powerful than anything else.
One of the things that we do on this program is we share information about upcoming events that people can attend. Usually there's no charge for them. And a couple of them that are coming up where you can invite people who want to support the veteran community, the active duty community, the first responders. On Saturday, May 26th, the morning of your program
flag ceremony
will be at the flag placement.
Yes,
We'll have more than 10,000 scouts putting out 90,000 flags.
Wow.
And the public is welcome. 2 days later, Memorial Day, we'll have 52 or so consul generals presenting wreaths in memory of all those who made the ultimate sacrifice. So we invite the general public, if you're in Los Angeles, please come. You're a welcome guest at your national cemetery here in Los Angeles.
And I have to tell you something. I never knew about some of the programs. And this one with the Scouts, you see all these children, literally, stand before the graves of our phenomenal veterans who passed with a little flag, which they place on the ground, and they step back, and they salute. And let me tell you something. Your heart just goes, wow, thank you, because you're giving them knowledge of people who died for them. Yeah. So Harvey, thank you so much for all you do. God bless you. God bless your wife for putting up with you. And everyone, May 26th, Valley Beth Shalom. And what time is it in the morning?
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Would be a free lunch.
And we'd love you there to help celebrate the lives of those who gave so much to us. We will be back. Thank you again. See you in a moment.
Bye.
You're listening to Pink Lady Presents, only on LA Talk Radio.
Hi, Pink Lady here.
At 76 years young, Jackie Goldberg is known to many as the Pink Lady.
Actually, it started 40 years ago. I was a sales rep, and I was walking down the hallway one day, and someone yelled, "Hey, Pink Lady!" And my husband, who was a marketing genius, said, "Do you want to be known in our business? You are now the Pink Lady."
What started as a marketing gimmick quickly grew into a way of life. Her home is painted in a cotton candy color, and each room is adorned in various shades of pink. Her closet's burst of pink right down to the shoes, specially dyed just for her.
It's such an uplifting, loving color that to me, when I put it on in the day, 6 o'clock in the morning, wow, I feel good.
This energetic, proud grandmother has always had a zest for life and has reinvented herself once again, taking up acting, starting her own magazine, and inspiring seniors to do the same with her Get Up, Get Out, and Get a Life seminar.
And my philosophy of life is to think pink, is to feel the aura and the energy that a color can give you in looking through life through rose-colored glasses.
For SoCal News, I'm Jessica Rosales.
A wacky, wonderful woman lives in this pink house. She decorates in pink. She dresses in pink. And she thinks pink.
Hi, I'm Jackie Goldberg, known as the Pink Lady, and I help motivate people with my seminars called Get Up, Get Out, and Get a Life. My philosophy of life is called Think Pink, and it's your attitude that's going to give you the initiative, the feeling, the courage to get up, to get out, and to get a life.
You're listening to Pink Lady Presents, only on LA Talk Radio.
You say it's over. C.W. Lewis said, "You are never, ever too old to set another goal or to dream a new one." Well, let me tell you something. The gentleman that I have sitting beside me on my left is Alvin Ing, who I think is an iconic legend from Broadway and Hollywood. He doesn't think so, but believe me when I tell you, he is. Hello, Alvin Ing.
Hi. Aloha. As we
Aloha.
say. How about you?
Right. Now, where were you born?
I was born in Honolulu.
Okay.
And I was raised there. I went to school there. I went to college there. I was in the Army in Schofield Barracks. I did not leave until I was 25, actually. And I went to New York. And I went to Columbia University to get my master's in music education.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was there. One day I happened to see a friend in Times Square who was a composer playwright, and I had been in several of his shows.
And who was that?
Bob Magoon.
Okay.
He wrote 13 Daughters.
Oh.
That was briefly on Broadway.
Very
briefly.
briefly.
But anyway, so we walked and we talked, and he asked me to walk with him to his agent's office so we could chit-chat.
Right.
And when I was there, the agent asked me what I was going to do. I'm going to go to Columbia in the fall. And he asked me what I was going to major in. I told him, and he asked me to sing. So I sang.
Okay.
And then a month later, I happened to be in front of this building, which is kitty corner from Carnegie Hall on 57th Street. He happened to be out waiting for a cab. We stopped to say hello, and out of the blue, he says, "Would you be interested in auditioning as a replacement for Summer Stock?"
Oh.
And I said, "What's Summer Stock?"
Okay.
I was that naive. And so he explained it to me. I said, "Let me think about it tonight, and I'll call you in the morning and let you know."
Okay.
Well, that night, I couldn't sleep. I knew my life was going to change.
Wow.
Don't ask me how, but I knew
Something,
it.
you got feeling
Yeah.
there, right?
The next morning, I called him. He told me what to do. I took the train down to Camden, New Jersey, auditioned for DeLissola, who was the original conductor for South Pacific.
Oh, wow.
He accepted me. I took the train back to New York, packed my bags, and I was in show business.
Wow.
It was that simple.
That fast.
Yeah, so you have to say that
It was meant to be. It was meant to be,
Yeah.
definitely.
Even though, believe me, I had no idea in the whole wide world that I would ever be in show business. Remember, it came from an era when it didn't seem possible.
That's what I wanted to ask
Yeah.
you. I understand that you had obstacles, barriers like you cannot believe
Yes.
because of being an Asian. Right,
yes.
right.
So I would go to auditions. I'd be the only Asian, and I would be typed out right away.
And what do you mean by that to our audience?
Well, they'd say, 12 people come on stage, and they'll say, you can stay, the others, thank you. And I would always be the one
Thank you.
Thank you. And so it took me a long time to even get into The King and I, because in those days, they were not hiring Asians for Asian shows. So
I mean, I cannot believe it.
yeah,
Just-
well, but it's the truth. And so for several years, I could not even get into an Asian show until I was in Summer Stock, and the director happened to be part Asian.
Oh.
And that's how I got my first King and I. And that, of course, opened doors
Opened
later.
up the doors for
But
it
it took
all.
a while, and it was very frustrating to see blonde, blue-eyed people get my role.
I get it. You also, for me, I see you, and the part that I see you in that I enjoyed so very, very, very much was Wong Ta
Yeah.
in Roger and Hamilton's Flower Drum Song.
Right.
And I understand that you played that part more than any other actor ever did.
I did. But I was not.
And how did you get that part?
Well, I was not in the original. In the
Okay.
original, Ed Kenny from Honolulu, who was my friend actually.
Oh, okay.
But he was tall, good-looking, and even though in those days, remember, they were not really hiring Asians for Asian roles, but He had a lovely voice, he was tall, handsome, and he was the perfect leading man on Broadway. So he got the part of Wong Ta. Later on, when they did the first national company,
Right.
I was able to do that. And I started out as the understudy, and eventually I got the role. And I played it
How
in
many
Summer
times?
Stock and in Las Vegas twice, and
Wow.
St. Louis, I don't know, everywhere.
And then you went on to do, I think it was Mamas. What was that? What was that other one that you did?
Pacific Overtures?
Yes, Pacific Overtures.
Well, fortunately, I was in the original. I played 3 roles. I did the American Admiral, I did the Shogun's Mother, and I sang Chrysanthemum Tea. And I did also the Observer, and I sang another lovely song. So I did 3 numbers in the original.
Wow.
Later on, 29 years later, I also was in the revival. And I did sing Chrysanthemum Tea, but this time I was too old to do the other roles, so I got to sing the old man in Someone in a Tree.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I mean, your career blossomed, but not only on Broadway, but it also blossomed in the movies. And tell us some of the movies and television.
Well, I did a lot of television then. You know, there were little roles. I can't even think about what they were now. They were so long ago. But the last show I did was The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, that.
And I had a very nice role in it. And that was fun to do because it was all shot here in L.A.
Well, I'm also looking that you did City of Angels.
Yes, I did City of Angels.
The World of Susie Wong.
The World of Susie Wong.
You did recurring roles in Falcon Crest.
Yes, I
did. The Doctors.
Yes.
I mean, like, hello.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that was a lot. And then, I don't know how you found time, but you did. He found time to do a CD called Swing with Ing. How did you come up with that name? I mean, I love it. Yeah.
Well, it was lovely. And a friend of mine in Honolulu, a woman named Betty Lou Taylor, she was happened to be Chinese. She was a fantastic jazz pianist.
Okay.
And she offered to play for me. And so I was very grateful. She has since passed away last year, but she was the jazz pianist in Honolulu for the longest time.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I would like it if you would honor us. The song that I thought would be very good was My Best Love.
Yeah.
Can we do that? And I think you're going to hear it now. If you want to use this mic, it's fine, or this one, your choice. But
whichever one you like.
Alvin Ing, My Best Love.
Louder?
Louder, yeah, a little louder.
Turn up his volume?
Yeah. 1 second.
How can a young man know where his heart will go? Only an old man knows what a man should know. All that was true for me shall be true for you. You are romantic, I was romantic too. A new true love I'd meet each day. The girls were fresh and sweet, like buds in May, like buds that grew in May. They bloomed and blew away. Then I met my young bride to be, radiant and lovely was she, when all the other loves have passed. My best love came last. In the show, I played Uncle Chin, who was a mentor to Wong Ta. He was having love problems, and I was trying to advise him by telling him about my own history. He was in love with a flashy singer-dancer called Linda Lowe, not knowing that Mei Li, the immigrant from China, really was crazy about him. Yes. Then I met my young bride-to-be, radiant and lovely was she, when all the other loves have passed. My best love came last. All that was true for me shall be true for you. You are romantic, I was romantic too.
Yes. Oh, wow. Alvin, that was beautiful. Wow. Okay.
I have to say something.
I know.
I just wanted to tell the audience how I met Alvin. Because
Okay.
you've known him, he's worked with you.
Yes, I have.
Okay. A couple of years ago, I guess 2016,
Oh.
we were shooting a pinup calendar. Pink
Oh,
Lady
yes, yes.
she decided she was
Yeah.
going to do a
Yeah.
very excellent taste, a calendar of wonderful people from around the world.
60 and over.
And they had to be 60 and over.
Right.
And we had Asian and Hispanic and Caucasian and African American. We had everybody,
Yes.
men and women, two
Right.
separate calendars.
Right.
And the doorbell rings. I open the door, and here's Alvin Ing. And he comes in, and you're wearing a print shirt, I believe.
Right.
A
And
lower
the-
shirt.
Yeah, the Aloha shirt.
Yeah, the Aloha shirt. And the calendars were printed, and they were distributed worldwide, as far as we
Right.
know, and
Uh-huh.
people could buy them. And we did it. They were the 2017 calendar.
Correct.
Right.
And I just wanted to thank you for that, because you brought a level of sophistication that was wonderful.
Class.
And I didn't know
Class.
anything about you
Yeah.
at the time. And now that I've read about your history, wow.
Yeah,
what
well,
was
right.
the anniversary of Flower Drum Song? Was it the 60th?
It will be the 60th on December.
And you're going to Broadway on this?
Yes,
now.
we're going to
Yeah.
have a big reunion in New York City. We're going to have a big banquet in Chinatown, New York on the 9th.
Wow.
And on the 10th and 11th, we are going to be the opening numbers for, do you know of the Gypsy Robe?
Yes.
Well,
Right.
Yes.
it will be the Gypsy Robe event.
Okay.
Wow.
And it's 2 nights, and we will be the opening number for the show.
And that'll be in December of
And that'll be
2018.
December 2018.
And you're going to be
Terrific.
playing. You're going to
Oh,
be,
yes. Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
my.
That's magnificent.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
How
So-
many of the casts that you were in for so many years are still doing what you're doing? How many?
Well, not too many, of
Okay.
course, from the original.
Right.
Because in the original, which was, 1998, whatever? No, I'm not
Earlier
98.
than that, yeah.
60 years ago,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Right.
There were not that many Asian performers. So in the original cast of Flower Drum Song on Broadway, I would say that maybe half of the cast was Asian, and the rest were smaller Caucasians.
Little
So
ones.
like around
Okay.
1962.
Yeah,
Oh,
right,
okay.
right.
Early
yeah.
60s.
See, that was good mathematics.
No,
you know, like
58.
In
yeah.
58.
58,
Yeah,
okay.
58,
Okay.
yeah. So later on, of course, now you can't say that anymore.
No.
But in those days, because there were so few Asian performers, it was very difficult for me to get a job. And so I'm proud to say that now Telly Leung, who was in the revival of Flower Drum Song with me, is now doing the lead Aladdin on Broadway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
my
that's a
goodness.
huge leap.
And
yeah.
weren't you
Yeah.
friends with Jack Sue also?
Oh yes, I did many productions of Flower Drum Song with Jack.
Jack.
Great.
I did it in Vegas twice at the Thunderbird Hotel, which is no more.
No
Sure.
more.
Yeah.
But can you tell our audience how young you are?
I'm 85 years old.
No, 85 years young.
Well, my birthday is this month.
And
On
you
the 26th. I will be 86.
86 years young. You have to say that. You have to say it, Alvin, because my thing is that age is only a number. And actually, you beat me by a couple of months because I will be 86 in September.
Oh.
So I'm a Virgo, and you're what?
Gemini.
A Gemini.
Oh, we're the same age.
Same
my
age.
God.
But actually, the energy that you and I both put forth, I think if we bottled it, we could make millions for everybody. That's for sure.
Okay.
I have to tell you, what would you call the stage of life between 60 and 100? I would call it wonderful. And that's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, children, everyone watching our show today, what a delight to have Alvin Ng here with us, and we have to have you back. God bless you, because Flower Drum Song, and to me, that was the one musical that literally I cried through it, as well as in my heart was a joyous feeling.
And
God
for
bless
our
you.
audience who may not have seen it,
Oh,
we have
please.
younger people who don't know about these
Oh,
Broadway
no, not
shows.
at all. Not at
They
all.
can go on to their computer,
Right. Yeah.
and they can see you and singing in these roles
Correct.
from the original Flower Drum Song.
Yeah.
No. I wasn't in the original. But the movie, of course,
Okay.
was quite well received.
Right.
And that starred Nancy Kwan, who is a friend of mine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right,
Okay.
right. And Jack
Love-
Sue was in the movie.
Right, I love Nancy.
And so, there were many people in the movie, but I was doing the national company at the same time, and we were not allowed to quit to go into the movie.
Oh, really?
Because there were so few Asians.
Sure, you were in contract.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me ask you one question before you leave us. How do you feel now that the world, so to speak, the audiences want or are looking forward to seeing more Asians out there?
Oh, I'm happy. I'm very happy because of my history. When it was so difficult for an Asian to get an Asian job. So now we have progressed, I assume,
Yes.
a lot further. And of course, there are Asians now doing non-Asian roles. And for
okay.
instance, in Hamilton,
Yes.
which is totally interracial.
Right.
And a friend of mine, Marcus Choi, who was in Flower Drum Song with me, the revival, he's doing George Washington. And
Did
I'm
not
going to,
know that.
I'm going to
Wow.
see him on the 13th in Orange County. They're doing it there. So I'm
Fabulous.
very, very proud of him.
Well, we're all proud of you. Thank you again,
Oh,
Alvin
you're welcome.
Ng. I mean, I have to tell everybody, I am so excited about what we do with the Pink Lady Presents. I'm honest with you. There are lives well lived, like Alvin, like Ruben, like Harvey. I mean, to me, these people have a lot to say, still have a lot to say to all of us. And we all can learn from what others have a lives well learned, are experiencing. And thank you again for watching Pink Lady Presents. We will be back, but remember, it ain't over till you say it's over. God bless. Thank you.
You're alive, so come on and show